The stars above Earth were on fire. Alien ships moved like shadows, fast and deadly. Their weapons cut through Earth's defenses like paper. Giant space stations exploded one by one. Cities on the ground turned into glowing craters. The sky burned. Red Admiral Hayes stood on the command bridge of Earth's last orbital station. His uniform was torn, his face was tired, but his eyes still held fire. "Evacuate who you can," he said calmly. "They came to end us, but we won't beg." A young officer cried out, "Sir, we're losing contact with all fleets. Mars is gone. Luna base, ... gone." Hayes nodded. "Then Earth stands alone." The alien attackers were from the Valkyr Dominion, the strongest empire in the galaxy. For years, they warned Earth to obey Galactic Council laws, but Earth refused. Humans didn't want to bow. They wanted freedom, so the Council gave Earth to the Valkyr. A final warning came: surrender or be destroyed. Earth never answered now. It was too late. In the streets of New York, people ran as energy bombs lit the horizon. In Tokyo, soldiers fought Valkyr troops in hand-to-hand combat. Across the world, humans resisted, but it wasn't enough. The Council watched from orbit. A tall alien ambassador whispered, "They were brave, but foolish." Another replied, "Now they are finished." But deep in the ocean, under Antarctica, something strange happened. A hidden bunker known even to Earth's own leaders. Inside, a single AI satellite launched silently into deep space. It carried one message: Earth has fallen, but we are not finished. Back on the orbital station, Admiral Hayes stared at Earth one last time. "This is not the end," he whispered. Behind him, the self-destruct timer reached 0. The last Earth station exploded in white light, taking 3 Valkyr warships with it. Months passed, the galaxy moved on. News spread quickly. Earth is gone. Galactic Council members smiled. The Valkyr called it justice. Peace returned, but not everyone believed the story. A small group of traders spoke of strange lights in the dark. A cargo pilot swore he saw old Earth ships near the dead zone. No one listened. Why would they? Earth was dust. But in a secret corner of the galaxy far beyond known space, a group of humans stood in silence. They had no flags, no names, just black ships with no markings. They trained in silence, built in silence, and they waited. The galaxy believed Earth was defeated. But Earth had one last surprise, a hidden fleet, and one day it would return. The stars near the dead zone were quiet, too quiet. Cargo ships passed through that part of space quickly. No one liked staying there. Some said it was haunted. Others said strange things moved in the darkness. The Galactic Council called it Sector 13, a dead sector with no planets, no stations, and no value. But recently, ships were going missing. One by one, Captain Drex of the Zerillian Trade Guild was the first to speak up. His voice shook during the council meeting. "We sent 3 cargo ships into Sector 13 last cycle," he said. "None came back." A Valkyr general laughed. "Space is dangerous. Pirates, black holes, these things happen." Drex leaned forward. One ship sent a distress signal. Just one word before it was cut off. The room went silent. The word was human. At the edge of Sector 13, a patrol ship named Cavern's Light entered to investigate. It was crewed by elite Council soldiers, trained, armed, confident. They never returned. But one emergency drone made it back. Its recording shocked everyone. The footage was dark and shaky. A black shadow moved through Sicilent, massive, fast. Laser blasts fired from the patrol ship, but hit nothing. Then a flash of red light, and the feed ended. Whispers began to spread. Could Earth have survived? "No," said the council leaders. "It's impossible." But the reports didn't stop. A smuggler ship limped into a border station, badly damaged. The pilot was injured. His voice barely worked. They came out of nowhere," he gasped. "Black ships, no signals, no mercy." The guards scanned his ship. Buried deep in the hull, they found a scorched piece of metal. It had one symbol on it, a human skull, with stars behind it. Back in the council chamber, tension grew. "This is madness," said one ambassador. "Earth is dead." But a Quran spy master spoke calmly. "I believe something survived, and it's watching us." Across the galaxy, more patrols were lost. Stations near Sector 13 reported seeing ghostly figures on scanners. Some thought it was just old equipment failing, but the smart ones knew better. Something was moving, something was waiting, deep in the hidden part of the galaxy. The humans watched quietly. In a massive black command ship, Commander Alina Gray stood. At the window, her fleet, hundreds of ships strong, floated behind her, silent like shadows. She spoke one word soon. In the dark corners of the galaxy, people had started talking. Not loud, not in public, but in quiet bars, behind closed doors, and on encrypted channels, one name kept returning. Earth. Some called it a ghost story. Others called it nonsense. But those who traveled near Sector 13 knew something was out there. They spoke of ships without markings, black as space, moving in perfect silence, no signals, no warnings. Just death in a station above the moon of Kelternine. A former smuggler named Loro passed a strange message to a council spy. "I saw them," Loro whispered. "Human ships, dozens." I ran. The spy leaned in. "You expect me to believe Earth has a fleet after all these years?" Loro nodded quickly. They weren't old ships. They were new, clean, fast, and the weapons. "I've never seen anything like them." The spy raised an eyebrow. "Why didn't they kill you?" "I think they let me go." On the council homeworld of Virulon, the rumors reached the ears of High Admiral Exerval. He didn't believe in ghosts, but he knew fear when he saw it. He called his best intelligence team. "Find the truth. If Earth's fleet exists, I want to know. If it's just a story, kill it before it spreads." But it was already too late. On a backwater colony in the Zalor Belt, a young technician picked up a strange signal. It repeated every hour. It wasn't in any known language, but humans would have recognized it. It was the Morse code letter H. Meanwhile, deep in the black zone of space, the hidden human fleet kept growing, inside the command center of the flagship Black Horizon. Commander Alina Gray watched hundreds of ships on her screen. Each ship had a name from Earth's past: Liberty, Vengeance, Houston, Yamato Kursk, Indira. She turned to her second-in-command. "Colonel Rahim, the galaxy thinks we're dead," she said. Rahim smiled. "Let them think that." "They're not ready." Alina nodded. "Send the next message. This time, make it louder." That same day, an outpost near the Valkyr border received a transmission. Just 2 words: "We remember." Panic spread fast. Military officers called emergency meetings. The council argued behind closed doors. "We destroyed Earth." One shouted, "This can't be real," but more ships kept vanishing. Silent systems were being cut off from supply chains. Pirate activity dropped. 20.y. Because even the pirates were running from Sector 13. They'd started calling it something else now. The graveyard. Back on the hidden human base, Commander Alina stood before her crew. She raised her voice. Earth was attacked, burned, left for dead. But we survived. We rebuilt. We waited. Thousands of soldiers stood at attention. Now, she said, they remember us in whispers. Soon, they will remember us in fear. The lights dimmed, the fleet engines began to glow, and in the darkness, the ghost fleet prepared to move. The Galactic Council was afraid whispers about Earth's ghost fleet were spreading too fast. Too many missing ships. Too many strange signals. Too many rumors that sounded like the truth. So they decided to act. "If Earth's fleet is real," said High Admiral Exerval, "we will crush it before it grows stronger." The Council launched Operation Silent Sweepa full strike mission into Sector 13. They sent 5 war fleets, each from a different species. Over 200 ships, heavy cruisers, battle frigates, and recon drones. Their goal was clear: find the human fleet, destroy everything, leave no survivors. The galaxy would forget Earth forever. At the edge of Sector 13, the fleets entered the Black Zone. Everything was quiet. Too quiet. Admiral Kezer, leading the Valkyr fleet, scanned the area. No stations, no energy signals. Just dead space. A Lurvian scout captain laughed. "The humans really are ghosts." Then, all at once, the lights went out. One by one, council ships lost power. Engines failed. Weapons shut down. Shields collapsed. The darkness came alive, out of the void. Black human warships appeared silent, glowing red from their underbellies. They didn't speak, they just attacked. The battle was short, human. Ships moved faster than any council vessel had ever seen. They used cloaks, warp jumps, and weapons that melted through armor. The council fleets tried to fight back, but every shot missed, every move failed in 19 minutes. It was over. 198 council ships were destroyed. Only one ship escaped undamaged. Talari's scout cruiser. The pilot was half burned, barely alive, and kept screaming one word: "They're back, they're back, they're back." When the council saw the video footage from the survivor ship, the chamber went silent. A short clip showed the final seconds of the battle. Dozens of black warships flying in formation, each one marked with a burning red symbol, a human skull, wrapped in barbed wire, with Earth behind it. Then the final message: "We remember, now we return." On the council worlds, panic exploded. Military leaders demanded action. Colonies shut down trade routes near Sector 13. Merchants refused to fly close to the graveyard, and in the shadows, some alien species started whispering, "What if the humans win?" Back in deep space, the human fleet returned to Base. Commander Alina Gray stood tall on the bridge. "Did they try to strike first?" asked Colonel Rahim. Alina nodded. "They came to erase us." "They failed." Rahim looked at the screen. "Do we strike now?" Alina answered with steel in her voice. "No, we make them wait. Let fear do our work for us." And so, the galaxy waited. For the next move, waited for the shadow of Earth to return, because now, the Council knew the truth. Earth had not been defeated. Earth had been reborn. Before the galaxy saw the black warships, before the whispers, before the fear, there was silence. And in that silence, Earth built something deadly. After the fall of Earth, only a few thousand humans escaped. Some were soldiers. Some were engineers. Some were scientists. All of them were survivors. They had no home, no planet, no fleet, no support. But they had something else. A reason they had seen their people die. They had heard the Council laugh, and they swore this truth: humanity would rise again. In the far edge of the galaxy, hidden by radiation clouds and magnetic storms, they found an old mining system enjorted and forgotten. They called it Bastion. There, they built underground. They used wreckage from old Earth ships. They designed new weapons, stronger than anything before. They weren't just rebuilding Earth. They were creating something new. The first project was the Silent Engine, a new kind of drive system. It allowed their ships to move without leaving energy trails, perfect for ambushes. The second was the Wraith Cannon, a beam weapon that could cut through shields like paper. And the third was the most dangerous: the Ghost AI, a battle program built using Earth's lost war code mixed with alien tech. It could control hundreds of ships at once. It learned from every fight, and it never made the same mistake twice. The survivors trained day and night. They didn't call themselves soldiers. They were called shadows. Each one could pilot a warship, fight in zero gravity, or hack a council drone in under 10 seconds. Commander Alina Gray led them. She had survived the fall of Earth, fought in the last stand at Mars, and lost her entire family during the war. Now she was building an army from nothing, an army no one expected. One day, a young recruit named Talia asked her, "Commander, why do we wait?" Alina answered, "Because we are not ready to win a battle. We are ready to win the war." Over the years, Bastion grew into a hidden fortress. Thousands of warships were built each, one silent, deadly, and without a home flag. Only one symbol was painted on every ship: a skull, wrapped in thorns, with Earth behind it. They called it the Mark of Memory. But the secret wasn't just the ships. It was the minds. Earth's scientists had cracked a way to bond human brains with ship systems. Pilots didn't use buttons, they became the ship. Reaction times were instant. Decisions were faster than AI in battle. These warships moved like living creatures, and the galaxy had no idea. Back in Council space, leaders believed the danger was over. They believed. The survivors were nothing but deep in the dark. Earth's secret army watched them, waited, and sharpened their blades in the control room of Black Horizon. Alina gave her next command: "Begin Phase 2. Colonel Rahim raised an eyebrow. "Sabotage." Alina nodded. "Yes. Let them feel weak before we strike." And across the galaxy, things began to break. A Council dreadnought exploded during a test flight. A fuel station caught fire in a secure zone. Communications blacked out across 3 sectors. No one could trace the cause, because the shadows were already inside. The Galactic Council sat in silence. For weeks, systems were failing. Ships exploded. Stations lost power. Whole sectors went dark. No one knew why. Some blamed rebels, some blamed pirates. But deep down, they all feared the same thing. Earth was back. In the outer rim, a defense station picked up a strange signal. The officer on duty frowned. Unknown fleet, no ID tags, no known engine signature. He zoomed in. Hundreds of ships, black as night, moving in perfect silence. Then a message flashed on the screen. Transmission from Earth Command. This sector is under human control. And before anyone could respond, the attack began. On Council World Elvoria, alarms screamed as dark warships dropped from warp, planetary shields activated. But it didn't matter. Human ships moved faster than any defense system could follow. They targeted command centers, shield generators, power cores. In under 7 minutes, the planet surrendered. No civilians were harmed. No messages were answered. The Black Fleet vanished before reinforcements arrived. On the same day, 5 more planets fell, not destroyed, captured. The hidden fleet was not here for chaos. It was here for control. Commander Alina Gray stood on the bridge of Black Horizon. Her eyes locked on the star map as red dots appeared across Council space. Colonel Rahim entered. Operation Phase 3 complete. All targets secured. Alina spoke calmly. Continue the pattern. Hit their factories. Cut their fuel. Break their spine before they even understand. In Council chambers, panic took over. We are under attack. Where is the fleet? What do they want? But Earth sent no demands, no warnings, no treaties, only silence and war. The galaxy. People saw something they hadn't seen in years. Earth's symbol. Not the old flag, but the mark of memory, the skull and stars. On screens, on captured outposts, on ships darkening the skies. Children asked, "What is that?" And parents whispered, "Earth came back." Back at Bastion Base, more fleets prepared for launch. The shadows worked without rest. Their mission was not revenge, it was survival. They would never let the Council rise again. During one mission, a captured alien general shouted at his human captor, "You were finished. We saw Earth die." The soldier leaned close. "That's what we wanted you to believe," then walked away. The galaxy now faced the truth. Earth was never gone. It had watched, it had waited, and now it was everywhere. The Council gathered for one last hope. They tried to send peace messages, tried to negotiate. No reply. Only one signal returned, sent from deep space. Untraceable, it said. "You showed us no mercy. We offer you the same silence." The galaxy was no longer in control. Afterworld had fallen without a single warning. Trade routes were cut. Military bases were gone. Entire fleets had vanished. And everywhere, one symbol remained, the mark of memory, on the planet Zeroth Prime. The Galactic Council held its final emergency session. Alien leaders shouted over each other, "The humans are taking everything. They don't want peace-only power. We need to fight back." But no one had a plan, because no one could find the humans. Then it happened. Across the galaxy, every screen lit up, from deep space to homeworlds. From pirate outposts to Council Chambers 1, video played. A human stood at the center of a black war room. Behind her, stars glowed faintly. She wore no medals, no rank, but her voice was clear. "This is Commander Alina Gray of Earth." She looked straight into the camera. "You thought Earth was defeated. You burned our cities. You killed our people. You watched from above as we died." She paused, and we remembered. Behind her, the screen showed images Earth burning. Humans running through fire, Council warships firing on hospitals, children crying in bunkers. Then it changed. Now it showed the black warships, Council fleets exploding, human soldiers planting flags, planets surrendering without a fight. "We disappeared for a reason," Alina said. "To rebuild, to prepare, to make sure this never happens again." Her tone turned cold. "We are not here for revenge. We are here for justice." The feed ended with 4 words displayed in every galactic language. Earth rules from silence. Panic. Turn to surrender. More planets gave up without a single shot. Alien leaders sent messages. We surrender. Please don't destroy us. But Earth didn't reply. The fleet kept moving silent, sharp, and unstoppable. And then, Earth did the unthinkable. They didn't destroy the council, they took control of it. All surviving members were forced to sign a new galactic Lunder-human rule. Trade, travel, and power now flowed through Earth's command stations. Every law now passed through a single voice, humanity's voice. Back at Bastion, the fleet celebrated. But Commander Alina did not. She stood alone, watching Earth's flag rise again on screens across the galaxy. Colonel Rahim approached. "We've won," Alina replied quietly. "No. We've warned them," Rahim asked. "What now?" Alina turned away. "Now we watch. And if they forget again, we remind them louder." Across the stars, children grew up learning a new history. New power ruled the galaxy, not because it wanted to, but because it had to. Earth was the warning. Earth was the memory. Earth was the silence before the storm.